Welcome back. This is episode 4 of my review of Magic and Muscles. If you have not watched the series, it is on Netflix right now. You can go check it out, at least at the time of this recording. Without further ado, we will jump right on in. There is spoilers and things like that, as you probably do know, but I also have to just toss it out there just so that you aren't like all upset and pissed off at me in the comments being like, oh no, you didn't tell me that there was going to be all these subscribers and things like that and you were going to spoil this. It's like, bro, go watch the anime. It's 20 minutes or so. Like, you can just go watch the whole thing in a single night if you really wanted to. So everybody's looking at Marsh, and this is where we left off on the last episode. So everybody's looking at Marsh. They're trying to be like, dude's not even flying, like he can't even use magic. You get the little roll of the credit scene, which they end up going through, which we talk about later. This guy ends up coming back down. He's just like, life, I don't get it. I didn't. Don't be complacent. She's like, I don't understand. Marsh, remember the mighty bamboo. It's like, what do you mean the fucking mighty bamboo? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But he's like, remember the mighty bamboo. So it's like, bamboo can survive in any climate. They're strong and supple. And he ends up like showing his like little like extravagant life that he wanted to show. It's like, oh right, I haven't told you the rules yet. Duelo yet. And it's just like, we fight all over control of the ball midair, pass it through the ring for a point. And he ends up going through and he does that thing. It's just like, magic bamboo. Bamboo can fly, that can't fly are just shooters. This goes without saying. Put everything into it. Duelo. He ends up getting mushed down. They end up having this whole little like romantic, like not romantic, but they have this like little bromance moment where they're bonding over like, oh hey Marsh, like it's okay, like I understand, like I just want you to know that I'm proud of you and that I want you to happen and that all you do is give your best and give it your all. Which that is something that is, I'm in all seriousness now, you guys, that is something that you need to do. Whenever it is that you are in your life, do the serious thing. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking around. But no, in all honesty, like, just have fun. Like, be serious. Like, but also do your best. Like, do what you can. Do different things that you want to do, that you want to try, that are a little bit different and maybe challenging, because you don't know what might happen. Because even Marsh, he gets all upset in this said scene when he ends up touching him. Like, he just jumps up and it's just like, wait, what is he going to do? Like, we already know as the audience, as the viewer of the anime, that he can't fly. So it's like, everybody else is kind of like in shock. It's like, huh? He is able to fly. And it's just like, wait, you were able to fly? But, he can't move. And he's just moving his legs very, very fast. Like, it's like a helicopter. It's like, just flying around the whole time. And he's like, hey, toss me the ball. How are you doing? Like, at that distance, it's a fucking joke. He ends up throwing it. Wow, amazing. It's amazing. It's just like the comic books right there. They end up doing like, they're still 49 points down. What's going on? He ends up throwing the ball, so it is able to like circle back. And he's like, this is him doing his best. Like, this is him trying what he can try to be able to reach the type of people that he wants to reach, to be able to like make sure that he can do it. And you see this whole scene of like him just throwing the ball back and forth, watching it go through. He ends up getting 999 points. Everybody's like in shock of like, oh wow, how is that even possible? That's freaky. Also, these guys are like Slytherin in the anime. I can't remember, they're Abel or something along those lines. But like, these are the Slytherin folks, so like these are the bad people if you look at it from that perspective. But so it's like, they just have different goals and objectives than everybody else does, whereas like this is the Hufflepuff. So like, this is Harry's team, like this is Hermione and this is Ron, and like they're just the best of friends, even though like these two don't actually ever end up falling in love with one another, but still, like, it's the exact same concept. He ends up getting his little like square little token. He's like, oh, so this is a silver coin. I didn't know that this was a silver coin. Like, I thought he was gonna get a big one. You think that the other guy's like gonna come in and like is all upset, but it's like, oh, you turned into one great bamboo. Dude, like, what is with the fucking bamboo shit? It's the same thing with what I did for the Dana Dan episodes, which if you haven't watched those, go check those out as well too. Because they talk about bananas, and I'm like, what is a banana? Like, I don't know, but in here it's like, oh, you're a bamboo. So like, do the things that are impactful and meaningful to you. He ends up coming through, like, this is exactly like what you see in Harry Potter as well. Like, you get the little like transparent like video like graphics. This guy's all upset. You see his power, which I didn't know that in the first time. You have to figure out like, what could be possibly in his little necklace that he's looking at. Like, what is it? And there's something that I'm going to touch on in episode 12, so you want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you're on already, to make sure that you don't miss that, because there's an idea that I want to share with you. Maybe you already know what I'm going to be talking about, but I figure I'll toss it out there. So it's like, it's time for duel practice. He doesn't want to go to practice. He doesn't have these ideas of wanting to go to these things. This guy ends up coming in, taking his friends into the little bottle, uses his magic to like disappear, go into the mountains. They end up going down this whole spiel. You learn about like what the 2 marks are on the face, but we don't want to talk about that here because that's not what this channel is about. So then he ends up smashing through, couldn't do any of these other things. He ends up like using his gravity to show like how powerful he is. His dad and the police officer are like standing by, like, what the hell is that? I don't know what's going on. Marsh ends up getting smashed to the ground, and then he uses his resolve and his determination to be able to like rise above what he had before him. And she's like, oh, no human can do that. But like, this is where like thinking outside of the box and him grabbing the root and being like, you know what, I don't even have to move and I can still beat you because like I can look down beneath myself, and then like once you're out of your magical power, then I can just come up and defeat you. He says lolicon, I don't know exactly what that is. If you know, let me know down in the comments down below. He's like, I'm not, it's my sister. They end up going through this whole spiel about things that they have going on. You're an idiot. He's going to drop the bottle. He drops it. His sister tells him this whole backstory. His sister's not going to have magic anymore if he doesn't do this said thing. So he wants to go out into the world and make sure that like he can save the other people that aren't like magical, just because whatever society tells you, if you aren't magical, you don't exist. But it's just like you do have magic powers, and that's kind of messed up about this anime is if you aren't this certain way, then you can't actually move forward and you have to do things a little bit different. But that's where I like how Marsh comes in and he's like, you know what, screw you. Like, I don't have magic powers, but I do have muscles and I can defeat you in the other way that I need to. So he ends up running down, grabbing the vase. He realizes that there is nothing wrong with it, and he's not actually a bad guy, and that this is the real vase that he needed to do. They end up coming down. They're a little clumsy. He focused on his girlfriend. He gets his little coin, goes through, does the things that they need to do. Was so scared. I have faith in you that you could pull it off. Mash, you're the modest. I want you to marry me. What kind of house would this look like? Of course, yada, yada, yada. They end up going through, and that's when Marsh is like, and thought it would have been better for me to open the bottle after returning to the academy. I just like his facial expressions. He's just very, I wouldn't say numb, but he's just very like, yep, this is just how it is. This is the things that I want, and these are the things that I'm going to go after. He also realized that, I wonder if I was actually fighting him and he was actually trying to defeat me, would I've actually been able to defeat him? He doesn't necessarily know. What do you guys think? Like, let me know. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next episode tomorrow. But at the end of the day, all you can really do is do the best that you possibly can in the ways that you know how to. There's going to be certain things that do happen in your life that you might not necessarily be aware of, but as long as you're trying your best and you're doing all that you can, you will get unnecessary attention, or maybe even necessary attention from other people. As when Marsh first started, as we saw, like all he had was this one friend, and then she ended up coming in, and then he ended up coming in, and then which we'll see in the next episode too is this guy will also come in as well too. So like when you start to do and be more of who you are as yourself, you start to realize that you can start to make more friends. So if you're wanting to make more friends, you're wanting to have more power, you're wanting to get more people around in your life, then do what Marsh does and just be a good, genuine human being that is like caring and compassionate for other people, because the more that you do this, the better off you'll be, the more connections you'll make, the better people that will surround you. You'll start to realize that you can make friends anywhere that you do go. So just be a good guy, like be the good person, be the person that people can rely on, that can be dependable on. It's why I make videos every single day, so you can come here, watch these videos, see whether or not you want to watch the anime or you don't want to watch the anime. If you have something else that you want to do or you don't want to do, then like you don't have to do it, but like you might as well just give it a try, see what happens, because you never know how strong you actually truly are or what your best actually looks like until you go do it all. And then maybe you can be the person that scores 999 points and can actually not use magic but still defeat the people that do use magic, because you know what, fuck them, fuck everybody else that doesn't believe in you. You believe in yourself, you've got this, I believe in you, and I trust that you know what you're doing as well too. So do your best, and I'll see you in the next one, and be a strong bamboo. Oh, this is too fun. Let's keep going, you guys.